Tallulah. Yes, that's her. Free and almost the name of a flower. I'll call her Lulu. She doesn't sit still, but pulses in the strobe lights flash or swirls in the clean, wet scent of early morning. Sometimes I can taste her whimsy. More lemon sting than thick caramel. She bounces across streets without looking both ways. Merengues in my mind without music, spinning her own rhythm. My pen swaying to her Oye como va. She is a roaring ocean, chaos bursting onto my blank page. Tallulah babbles nonsense and tickles the neck of others, a mischievous sparkle flitting in her eyes. My Lulu bounds across the sky, lets the wind whip through her hair as she collects the stars, so I can give them light. A lot of clapping, that's quite a few poems. Wrestling with what I don't understand. I am in Gethsemane again. Teardrops thick as blood, more bitter than gall. And you insist on sculpting this mystery, made from stars strung together in the pitch pool of the sky. You do not have a heart in the way I understand the term. If you did, it would have burst by now, all ripped flesh, bloodied. Still, I call you love. So what am I to think of the time I cried until my teeth tingled and my eyes were hollowed out by tears? And you didn't respond. Should I challenge the stars, wrestle clouds, rend night's black cloth, all to spill this damned cup so I don't have to choke on that first sip? Love, bloodlet the sky, send crimson free falling to the dirt at my feet. Let me limp away. Throwing the Easter house. She only remembers this night when she drinks, the night of plaster and sleeping pills. It's late April, me at the diner outside of town, her at home putting the Easter baskets together. She told me to call her before it got too late, but heavy breathing in a back seat gets distracting. My phone vibrated for the 9 billionth time before I picked up, her screaming on the other end. How could I be so reckless? A girl of 18 out with her boyfriend past 11. It doesn't look good, she said. I sat up staring at fogged glass, boyfriend kissing my shoulder, wondering if this is how she felt after her first fuck at 16, or her first puff of weed a few months later in all that year. I screamed all this back to her, and all I got in response was not the sound of gingerbread or cellophane, but brittle plaster against flowered wallpaper and dial tone. And when I walked through the front door, all I saw was plaster on tile, the phone swinging from its cord in the kitchen, your sleeping pill bottle empty. Stop punishing me for what you've done. My love for you is like a raccoon. It's a little before 2 a.m. I can hear the tin garbage can lid crashing onto the sidewalk, like it does every night, since I let you live. Love, it is a raccoon that I couldn't take around back and shoot, because once I put the cold barrel between its eyes, I swear they misted. That same mist swirls inside me, so I let a scruffy hide loose. Every night, the animal comes back to eat out of my garbage can. His moist, bumpy nose nudges the headphones, short-circuited by tears. Spongy padding soaked, his sandpaper tongue licks the last chocolate shavings from the waxy bowels of a Breyer's gallon, clangs the tin lid, a knife blade scraping pavement. Intervention. My muse holds me hostage among painted skulls with flowers for eyes, glitter teeth, and the smell of freshly turned soil. The dead have made this dirt a dance floor. Lulu expects too much, refusing to give back my shatter, wanting me to wrap my mouth around skulls and spit out eternities. I can't write unless there's a crack. She walks up to me, hips swaying effortlessly, grabs my shirt collar, whispers, "Girl, I ain't letting you go till you learn to kiss the dead." Hop a chain-link fence, destroy something beautiful. I shot a dusk-lit melody with no flash. He sang my name under a mostly cloudless sky, backlit blue streaked with sorbet pink. Under his chin, knees bent, I snap. Perfect exposure in LCD. Blown up, he was a perfect shade of flesh pink, but the sky was white, burnt out. But this isn't about that. This is about how the string of notes fell silent after the shutter release click. This is about how we didn't jump chain links in the same slick grass spot we came in. This is about a trail of muddy footprints leading to concrete. This slapdash harmony. In the absence of scissors, it was all that stood between us and the New York-bound train. That plastic tag on your new belt. "These pants are far too large for me," you said, a nervous laugh escaping clenched teeth. Another grunt coupled with, "I have a hacksaw in my trunk." I was never so happy to see metal teeth. I held the belt while you cut away, and no one looked twice at us. Two girls in tank tops and oversized army pants, bent over a studded belt, sawing their way closer to getting hammered in a New York mosh pit. This next poem I've actually never read aloud, and it's about that mosh pit, and it's all over the page. So this will be interesting.
Just like a mosh pit.
Exactly. It's called Good Hurt. I had my sweat and their sweat on me, mingling. Aroma of pot swelled as someone yelled, "Claudio, you're the man!" Shove, elbow kick with a smile, tug of war with bodies, lost shoe scuffle, raise your hands high. We breathed as one, moshed as one, sang as one, pumping hands, screaming back the words we know so well. I've never felt so close to a room full of people I'd never met before. Saw the band so close, reach out in vain. Man, I want to shred like him. Long hair sticks to faces, finger favorite riffs, amps piercing ears tremolo. At the last note, sweat-soaked intimacy breakdown, moshing, traded for moonwalks and socks. People walk away, pit dissolved, sore. Three more for you. First ride. I never noticed sunflowers before, and it was as if I'd never seen a sunset. Neon orb, the color of sherbet. I didn't know how wide I was smiling until my skin stung with wind song. After the sun sank below silhouette tree lines, after we had our fill of drinks and overpriced French fries, after I almost got into my first fist fight, we rode over a 2-lane Pennsylvania bridge. The driver leaned forward, pointing out shadows on the water. Gratitude. After the police car and psych ward check-in, I could only think of your tears, which I also didn't see. The next morning you said thank you without knives or spite. After spending your first night in the whitewashed room, you were grateful. Now, 3 weeks later, I don't mind the mess. I'm not resentful about washing dishes while waiting for water to boil, because you're home, not in sterile hospital booties. When you told me I'd find you dead, our laughs dangled from a 10-story building and dropped. And when I first saw you in the psych ward, the valve of the heart that seesawed our smiles cut open and bled. Seeing you in sweats, with greasy hair, walking down that endless hallway. It was like having you back from the dead. All the ice I harbored broke. That's one, which is also all over the page. If you must know her, know this. She bounds to the altar, dances barefoot, dirt floor beat pulsing red. Skirt sways until hems fray wild, with thrums rush hot through her veins, cheeks flushed crimson, fierce, right or true. Thank you very much.